And we're back. So here's what we've been doing. Second week in, we all take 100 units, $100, whatever you want to call it. We go over to William Hill and we make a betting card. Greg DuCharme, he won last week. He was 3-2. He was our big winner, and he risked what? Half of his units on Lonto Griffin to finish in the top 20. That's what put him over the top. So we're going to start here, KP, with your betting card, and you've started to live up to your promise that you're just going to make a bunch of bets here. You're going to put producer Jacob to work. You're going to make a bunch of bets. Give us some of the highlights of your card.
Yeah, the text that producer Jacob has blocked my number probably this afternoon. So I'll go through a couple here that I like. Jerry Kelly, top 20 finish. He's finished in the top 24 of the last 7 years. You're shaking your head like that was just a fool's errand. Am I foolish for doing that?
No, I mean, listen, there are, and you have both of them on your card here, like the course history guys that, it's Charles Howell III, who's 19 for 19 in cuts. He's got 10 top 10, Jerry Kelly. No, I just love the opportunity that you get to put a top 20 wager on Jerry Kelly. It's 2021. I love it.
Yeah, it's units. So who cares? I really
like with that one. You should have gone all in with that bet.
Yeah, all $100.
So the other, I'll go through the three I really like. Sung Jae as top Asian player. I thought he played really well last week. Finished out well. Also, I think Joaquin is going to have a big week. I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about his Tournament of Champions for the last couple of days, and it feels like that's just kind of the start of his 2020. I think he's gonna have a monster year. I really do. And maybe I'm wrong about that. You guys can laugh at me in 3 months when he's missed 6 cuts in a row. But I just think the age that he's at, I mean, I was looking back. If you look at his 19, 20, and 21-year-old years, they were different than Colin Morikawa's. But on Data Golf, if you line him up with Colin Morikawa 19, 20, 21, they're pretty similar, and Joaquin was even a little bit better. Now, Morikawa was in college, so it's hard to kind of like compare the two. But Data Golf does a good job of accounting for the fact that Morikawa was in college, Joaquin's playing on the PGA Tour. I'm fired up about his year. And then lastly, I think Morikawa is another guy that's going to have a big week. So I've got him in a 3-ball over Harris English, who I'm fading pretty hard this week, and then Hideki, who may or may not still he should just use a wedge when he putts, I think.
I don't think it could get any worse. Yeah, Harris English, you also have to miss the cut at 4-1, reveling in his newly found $1.3 million and Tournament of Champions victory. Mark, we're going to pull up your betting card here next, and you have one on here in regards to whether this event is going to finish in a playoff. And I want to remind people, I think the last time we got a Mark playoff prognostication, it was like a 3-way playoff at some random event, and sure enough, it comes in.
I was sucking wind when that happened. It was a complete fluke. I'm hopeful it happens again because of plus 300. The Sony Open I think since 2016 has had 3 playoffs in the last 5 events. Now, the two separators there were blowouts when I was there calling Justin Thomas, and it's one of my prized possessions. I'm going to show a little flex over here. There's the 59 golf ball.
There you go, Mark.
Check that out. So I was there when he just went bananas and shot like 27 under par or whatever it is, and that's sort of the outlier. So I love that bet there of a playoff at Wailea, plus 300. It's the kind of place where the way the golf course finishes, with 16 being a pretty daunting par 4, albeit not long. Then you've got 17, the par 3 with some crosswind that can be a real small target, and then 18. It's the sort of par 5 where at its length, these guys, if they get the tee shot and play, you can get a short iron in there. So 3s can be made quickly and you can post and then have one of the leaders come in and hopefully tie. So it lends itself to playoffs. But that all being said, that 18th hole is no doddle, like we saw Ryan Palmer last year blow one out of bounds in the playoff. And so, or I think regulation or playoff, whatever it was. And so it's a strange sort of a golf course to finish, but it sort of finishes the way that playoffs are likely. And then I'm with Kyle. I've added some bets over there because I was looking at the wrong site for betting numbers, as you can imagine, because I don't read rundowns. So I think Lanto's a good pick over Sergio this week, and that's my nod to the new father, Greg DuCharme. And then I was watching Joaquin Niemann play last week, and I've always known he was good. I watched him as an amateur a little bit, but last week he looked like he had taken a different step in the game. He's been playing so well and had that breakout at the President's Cup, but he just looked complete last week in Kapalua. And I know it's a different golf course, but there's something about guys that play this. You've had guys who have won the Aloha swing. Both Ernie, Justin Thomas has done it, and Niemann didn't win, but the way he's playing, he can play well anywhere. So I have him as the top South American. He's in a group there with, let me just check real fast, Abraham Anser, Sebastian Munoz, Emiliano Grillo, Carlos Ortiz, and Johnny Vegas. Mm-hmm. So I have him as the low South American, and then also to win Group B. Both of those are pretty sound bets. So I'm looking for the young man to get a bit busy and win me some money.
That 59 that JT shot included a bogey. Always love when that happens. I think he bogeyed 11, I want to say. Okay, so Mark.
Eagle the last for the ninth hole, the last hole for 59.
Oh, that's right. He finished on 9, right?
Yeah.
In Spieth's face, too. Spieth was there for it.
Yeah. And Daniel Berger was the third member of the group. That could be one of your trivia questions there, Rick.
Oh, I'm adding it to the First Cut trivia database. Coach, we're going to head over to your betting card now, and I'm pulling it up here real quick. You have 4 bets here, so I think you are confident in the bets that you have made, and they are mostly consisting of matchups, and the trend here continues. Joaquin Niemann continues to show up on our cards this week.
Yeah, I was going to tell Kyle that people might be laughing at you in 6 months, but we're not laughing at you today because we're backing you on Joaquin Niemann for damn sure. Now, I will say this. As far as betting is concerned last week, I really didn't enjoy it because I don't like betting on a tournament where if your guy gets down by 2 or 3 shots, you have no shot of making that up because there's no danger. Now, to Mark's point, this week we got a little bit of danger. So I went back 6 years, and I looked up the numbers for 6 years. And I looked at the names, and I looked at the numbers, and I said, who's going to hit it well off the tee? Who's going to hit it well, strokes gained approach? Those were my 2 big numbers that I looked at. And this is what I come up with. We know that Russell Henley has had success on this course before. 2013 first event here, and I think he didn't play last week. He's going to be fresh. Brian Palmer's going to have a little bit of a letdown because he made a run at the Century. So I think that's a lock. I'm putting 35 units on that. I'm confident. I'm about the slow play, the slow burn. The other 2 guys are about the long odds, not me. I'm going minus 118. And then you can see Webb. He plays well here. I think Morikawa takes a step back. I think we're all on Joaquin. And also I like Joaquin Niemann as a top 10 finish. So if he plays well, I could get back in the game because last week I was over, and I'm fading DJ forever. Screwed me over on Sunday. Dustin Johnson, I'm never picking him again.
Hey, that's a bad move. Let me advise you. What's Augusta National?
Okay. Fair enough. All right, I just brought him back in, Mark. I just brought him back in.
We'll have one back.
There you go.
Russell Henley in this field since the restart, best player in strokes gained approach. He's averaging like 1.18 per round. He's been absolutely phenomenal. We're going to go to my betting card here, which is completely different than Coach's. Coach has a lot of matchups and some top 10s. I'm going kind of boom or bust. I've picked a lot of outrights. I've sprinkled a little bit thinking, hey, I hit one of these every couple weeks, every 6 to 8 weeks. I'm just going to keep having progress made on this bankroll. So I've loaded up on winners, and I went with Webb Simpson, who is not going to lose like 6.5 strokes off the tee again this week. I don't know if that's even possible at Waialae, a place he's obviously had a ton of success. I've sprinkled win outrights on Sebastian Munoz, 40-1. Sebastian Munoz over the final 54 holes last week was second only to Joaquin Niemann. Played his final 54 holes 18 under par. Seabass getting it done. Cam Davis, I've sprinkled 5 units on at 100-1. We've talked a lot this week about guys who are going to be accurate. They're going to hit their irons well. Cam Davis is going to try a different approach. He's going to go bomb and gouge style, see if he can improve on that.
You love Cam Davis.
I love Cam Davis.
That's your guy. The guy's he's legitimate.
There you go. I got Mark's endorsement as well. So yeah, now I even love it even more. He's the best. And then I've gone with Daniel Berger, who I'm foreshadowing for something I want to talk about in a second to finish inside the top 10. I've got a Brendan Todd group winner, and there was a strange one on Will Hill. This is interesting, Kyle. There's only 2 options for the top Great Britain or Irish player It's either Russell Knox or Ben Taylor. And Mark's telling me this is a bad bet.
Yeah, I want to have a private bet with you for a bottle of wine, and I will take Ben Taylor with all love to Russell Knox. I'll have Ben Taylor in that bet if you want to take it, Rick.
Let's do it. Let's do a wine bet.
Okay, cool.
Love it.
Wait. For the record, the new dad still hasn't sent the wine from the previous bet in 2020. Just
Come on.
let that get out.
You need to get Mark. You need to get some odds here because Knox is a heavy favorite.
Kyle, what are we
I'll
doing
take
here,
this
guys?
straight up. I'm going straight up here, and Rick, I'll let you pay me in Augusta National.
Oof, man, this is getting better for me all over. No problem. I'd be happy.
There we go.
This one out.
2021, the first wine bet.
Oh, we've got a wine wager alert. Thank you, producer Jacob. Yeah, this one stuck out to me. Okay, so let's now we're doing this, Mark. What is it about Ben Taylor? I mean, there's the vast majority of the listening audience probably has no idea who he is.
First time I watched him play, he played 2 years of golf down at Nova Southeastern, which is down in South Florida. It was just really sound. Came over from England and then went to Louisiana State, LSU, and won the national championship for them over there. And since then, he's bounced around between the Corn Ferry Tour in Europe. But he's the sort of guy who just hits a real heavy sort of a ball. And playing in South Florida, playing in Louisiana, playing in the UK, I figure he's going to do pretty well in the wind. And the thing about Waialae, it likes you to move the ball from right to left. You know, there are some holes that move in the opposite direction. And the last time I saw Ben play, that was sort of the ball flight shape. So I'm a little hot on that bet right now.
All right, we've got a bottle of wine on it.